All right, and we're live. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the next episode, episode 23 of the Multiverse podcast. We have a very interesting show lined up for today. A lot of topics we want to talk about. But first, I want to introduce my co-host, my rock, the foundation of Multiverse podcast, Fame Entertainment.
You was mother right. Man, I really hope I can get through this episode today because right off the bat, Google has decided to hate me today. But just in case you guys can hear me clearly, what's going on, people? Fame Entertainment here from Being on Circle, and welcome to another episode of the Multiverse podcast, the greatest podcast on a Monday. If you're listening to another podcast today, you are absolutely, most definitely listening to the wrong podcast. That will be a great show, and do not forget, we do have a giveaway in the description, in the down below. Make sure you guys click the link and make sure you guys join the win. I screwed it up.
All right, and we also got our other co-host out here who was able to make it today, a new father.
Thank you. I'm back again on the greatest podcast on a Monday. Check out my new article series I'm going to be starting tomorrow on TickGN. It's going to be throwback games back to the OG Xbox PS2 era. It's going to be a bunch of old games once a week. It's going to focus on spotlighting in old games, so keep your eyes out for that on TickGN tomorrow.
All right, and I also want to introduce our guest for the first time on Multiverse podcast. You guys may have known him from Tick United. James, who is one of the writers over at TICGN.com, which you guys need to check out.
Hello, I'm English.
All right.
All right, so we got a really interesting show lined up. I got a couple topics we want to go and blitz through, and this one is the blitziest one we need to go through. Titanfall 2 had its alpha tech test available, and what did you guys think about all this? For those of you who play, well, first of all, let's show a showing of virtual hands who has played Titanfall 2's tech test.
I have played it, and I can confirm that it is indeed a video game.
I didn't touch it, man. I kept hearing everyone whose opinion that I actually buy say it was bad, so I didn't waste my time. Mm-hmm. Hopefully there's a beta, maybe, and it's different. But from what everyone out here say, it was a step back from the original, so I'd rather just play the original.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Undead? Did you get a chance to try it out yet?
Yeah, I tried it out, and I canceled my pre-order.
Ooh!
Oh my god!
Well,
that grappling hook, and it felt like a step backwards. Everything just didn't feel right now. Everyone's saying the second day was a lot better. I played it on the first day it came out, and I uninstalled it after that.
Mm-hmm.
I was not impressed with it at all.
Yeah. All right. So, James, you told me that you didn't get to play that much of it. Like, what did you gather from your 10-minute?
I mean, yeah, it really was about 10 minutes. I got into a game. I had not played the first one at all, so I was unaware of how it worked really, and I was just slaughtered and having a terrible time.
Mm-hmm.
So
you also you never played the first one, so I mean, I wouldn't get pissed off about being killed a lot.
No, I'm not angry at being killed a lot. I think because it is now multi-plat, as somebody who doesn't have an Xbox and only has a PS4, I was sort of, the new Titanfall's coming out. This will be fun, and then nope.
Mm-hmm. Now,
just murdered.
Yeah, okay, here's the thing. I had played the first one. I loved that game. Anybody who followed my YouTube channel when I was still doing that, which I have up now, but it's more for I post streams that we did with the watch group that I hang out with. It's fun, and I like Titanfall 2, but I like Titanfall 1 more. Something about it. And the second one, now this is also a alpha test. I mean, I don't believe it's an alpha. I think it's really in beta stage. But this generation, the general rule of thumb, I think you guys will agree with me on this, has been betas are the new demos, and they're basically finished products, and alphas are betas.
Definitely. It's impossible to have a big game without having an open beta now.
Yeah. For whatever reason, I haven't been able to get down with Titanfall 2, though, because at least on Friday, they now, first of all, Respawn is listening to people. They are making changes. I was very critical of them at the beginning, and they've listened. That's the cool thing about it, is they've listened to my complaints, and they've done what I've asked for within some sort of reason. And there's just a lot of smaller issues with the game. Like a lot of people mentioned that it feels more like Call of Duty, that it's just not as fast as the first game. The first game, the biggest difference is the Titan timer. In the first game, you had the Titan timer where everybody got a Titan at, like, I think it was like 5 minutes or something like that, and the more kills you got, the faster you got it. But now it's all completely score based. So it's possible for you not to get a Titan at all. So I mean, that's a general problem some people really didn't get down with. So
What do you think about the story mode?
they didn't have that in the game so far.
I know, but what do you
I
think?
want the
What do
story
you
to be
think?
good.
Do you think it'll be good?
I mean, I'd hope so. I mean, it's Respawn, so I mean, they did Modern Warfare 1. I mean, which is had a half decent campaign. So
Did they? Didn't
yeah,
Infinity Ward do it, Modern Warfare?
decent campaign for the time.
I'm pretty sure Infinity Ward did the first Modern Warfare.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Respawn is former developers of Infinity Ward.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just,
yeah. If that's the case, that was a great campaign.
yeah. And so I mean, there's a lot of problems with it, and I don't know how to put it out there just yet. But I mean, I will give Respawn the benefit of the doubt, as in this last weekend they've made some big changes to the game that's made the game better. But I just want to see how that goes in the long run. I want to see what other big changes that they make to it, and I ultimately just want to see what more they throw in there.
I found the game mode choices on the first day were very, very poor choices, too. I didn't enjoy any of the game modes they had available. I think that might have been part of the problem. And I found the game played way too much like Black Ops 3, so I just lost my general interest in it. I may pick it up after release, see how it does after launch, but it's not a day one anymore for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, as a person who I haven't bought an FPS day one since about Modern Warfare 3, and I'm really excited about this year's Call of Duty for the first time, and I'm just not excited for Titanfall at all.
All right.
So I mean, that tells you something. For somebody who's a neutral.
Sci-fi guy, or are you more of a traditionalist?
What do you mean?
Like in terms of setting, do you like more of a modern day setting, or do you like more of a sci-fi setting?
You know what? I really don't mind as long as the story is good.
Mm-hmm.
If the story is good with good characters, I'm fine.
All right. I just kind of want to get a general gist of something. Like, for me, I'm very particular in my sci-fi. I want it to be. I don't like high sci-fi like Star Wars level, but like I like Star Trek in terms of science fiction.
Mm-hmm.
So. All right, so that's an interesting mix of things we got going on. But on to our other topic for the evening. We had some news break today. Something that we don't talk about a lot on here, which is about subscriptions for online, for consoles. If you guys have been living under a rock for the last 20 years, on consoles you got to pay a subscription to use online features. And it used to be Xbox introduced this at $50, in which they raised the price after, I think it was like 5 years or something like that. They raised the price in 2010 to $60, which we've been paying since then. And as a result, well, not as a result of that, but in response to the Xbox Live subscription, Sony introduced PlayStation Plus, which didn't really offer anything except for games that you would get every month. And originally they were very good games, high quality AAA games. And this generation,
Two of my favorite games I've ever played have come through PS Plus.
I mean, they had some great games on there. This generation, they haven't really been delivering those games. Neither company has really been doing that. Xbox has been getting a little bit better over the last few months. PlayStation, not so much. And PlayStation came out today and announced that they will be raising the price in the United States and Canada from $50 to $60. So, what do you guys think about this? Do you think this is justified, first of all?
I think
It's
there
not.
Sorry, you go.
Sorry.
Man.
I'm just saying it's not justified for the fact that you're not giving us a reason on why you're raising it up. You give us you give us some generic PR crap. We'll just continue to provide the best service, blah 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 blah. You don't have any rhyme or reason to why to raise it up besides the fact that Microsoft is charging this much, so I'll charge this much. But the thing about Microsoft is I haven't paid $60 for Xbox Live. I don't know how long. There's so many places that give you Xbox Live cards for like dirt cheap. I'm talking about $30-$40 at the most. Like I said, they're without a rhyme or reason of why they're doing this, it kind of takes away the one advantage I believe they had over choosing PlayStation Plus over Xbox Live was the price, the official price. Now, with the official price being the same, what do you have? I mean, if you're not giving those awesome games you gave on the PS3, I think it's a bad move. Main reason why, because they're not giving us a legit reason why they're doing it besides, hey, we got all these people on these consoles, let's get some more money from them.
I don't think Sony are that diabolical.
Because, I mean, we know for a fact this money that we give every month for Xbox and PlayStation, it's not going to the servers. The servers are always crap. They're never really growing. They're always the same. And at the end of the day, I just think, you know, I wish Microsoft had never done this, but it'd take Microsoft to stop doing it to make Sony stop doing it, because Sony's just following suit. If Microsoft does it, they'll do it. Microsoft make you pay to play, Sony make you pay to play. Microsoft makes it $59.99, Sony makes it $59.99. I need Microsoft to cut this out, otherwise Sony never will. I just think it's complete crap, because you give us a reason. Give us something on why you're making me pay more. Even Netflix goes up, at least sometimes they freaking tell us why.
I think there are two reasons why this has happened. The first one, I think, is that it's in the coming months and maybe years, better quality games will be coming through PS Plus, and to do that, they're going to need to pay more to studios to license those games, so they're charging the consumers more. The other reason, which I think is more likely, it's damage control preparation for if VR doesn't work. And they are preparing themselves for losing money.
Damn.
I don't know. This was something someone else brought up to me. I can't remember off the top of my head. So if you're watching and you told me this on Twitter, don't get mad. This is what I just don't remember who it is at the moment. Someone sent us the Activision tax, and I laughed it off, but they made a good point, because Microsoft did the same thing. They increased it by $10 in 2010, which also I don't know if this is actually correctly, but almost after that, you know what other deal they just acquired at that time for Xbox?
What?
No, tell us.
Partnership with Activision. Call of Duty.
That was in 2010?
I think that was in 2010. I think the first game was it Black Ops?
Yeah, Black Ops was the first exclusivity deal that ever struck in the Call of Duty market, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's... Let me just double check that real quick while I'm thinking about it. Black Ops
Even more of a
2010.
Even more of a reason why I call the PS4 the 362. But that's what it is. It's the 362, man.
It was 2010, the same year that they got it. Yeah, and that makes perfect sense, because it was announced in April of 2010 and released November 9th, 2010, which is the same year that they increased the price of Xbox Live.
And we know Activision has PlayStation in their pocket big time with all these freaking deals.
All the way
going
around.
on.
All the way around.
And then you hear now that the Destiny DLC is going to be extended even longer period of time. Like, Activision has PlayStation by the balls, man. So that wouldn't be too far-fetched.
I mean, Sony's got to be paying this stuff. I mean, because this, I can't imagine, because Activision's always been about making money. They don't do exclusives. They don't do stuff like that. They are about making money. And the fact that Sony and Activision are so in bed together lately, I mean, just think about it. Like, I'm going to briefly rush over this. You got Crash Bandicoot, which they're going to be making a remake for, which is something they have had no interest in doing for a long-ass time. Destiny has had a pretty crazy exclusivity deal with Activision and Sony. And you got Call of Duty now. you have two giant franchises, and you have them bringing back another fan favorite. That's a
Wait,
little crazy.
Wasn't Spider-Man Activision, or am I tripping?
Spider-Man was Activision. I had to say was, because they're not anymore.
Okay. Wait a minute, who's making a new Spider-Man game? Oh, it's Insomniac, right?
It's Insomniac. We can trust them. Insomniac hasn't steered me wrong, so I can trust them to do a good job. I'm always a little hesitant though because I have like a beaten wife syndrome with Spider-Man games.
Yeah. It hasn't ever been a good Spider-Man since the old Super NES days, in my opinion. But
yeah.
Do you know what the craziest thing with this PlayStation price hike is, though? I was talking to my friend about this because in Canada it's actually more expensive for PlayStation Plus now than Xbox by $10 plus tax. So for PlayStation Plus in Canada it's $69.99 plus tax, which brings it almost to $80 now, and Xbox is $60 flat. I don't know why I don't pay tax on my Xbox Live membership, but I don't. On PlayStation cards, you have to pay tax on them. So it's almost a whole $15 more for PlayStation Plus than it is for Xbox Live. And my only problem with, if you're going to charge more for the same service, you got to give people more. Like, you get the same things from PlayStation Plus that you get from Xbox Live. So why is there a price difference?
that's true, but you know it's weird. It's like down here in the States, I pay taxes on Xbox Live, but I don't pay any taxes on PlayStation. I think that's weird. Because you have a flipped situation. I guess it's just how the
I buy my Xbox cards reduced at Costco. I buy 2 years worth of Xbox Live for, I think it's like $70 for a 2-pack.
What?
So,
Wait, 24 months for 70?
Yeah. So, but but they don't sell PlayStation cards at Costco for whatever reason in bundles. You can only buy them individually. But if you're going to increase the price of something, you got to show you're giving your fan base something in return for increased costs, especially when you were talking North American market. If you're not going to bring new services and new products, like if they were going to start laying you like say if they were like, all right, we're going to bump it up by $10, but we'll let you pick 2 games per month that you can play off of PlayStation Now.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's
the kind of thing that you'd want people to do. Like, I would love to go onto a PlayStation.
It doesn't cost you anything, and it's only a rental.
Yeah, it gives someone
that are free to stream.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. It's like because not a lot of people. We were on a podcast with Jabari last week, and as he said, not a lot of people use PlayStation Now. So if Sony was to incorporate some PlayStation Now into the actual membership, people might take more of an interest in that service and support that service more. It'd be a win-win situation. That's just my view. I am pro-consumer. I don't believe, like, I'm obviously an Xbox guy, but if your main company of choice is raising the price on something, you need to demand more for your money. Basically, don't be stupid and defend them raising the price. Ask for more.
People are defending it like, well, the Xbox is the same price, so it don't matter. Like, really, like you're using the Xbox price as an excuse to why you're paying $10 more. You don't have an Xbox. Like, people are defending this. I've seen people on Twitter, like, defending it. Oh, people getting all butthurt over $10 more. What's the big deal? Xbox is the same price. Well, I'm like, why are you using Xbox as an excuse for you having to pay more money a month? That's silly. People are defending this because they'll defend Sony to the death of them.
All I'm saying is, it's staying the same price where I am. So I'm just fine.
But now.
For now, that's very true.
I was going to say, if you look up PlayStation or Xbox prices in non-North American or even outside of like UK markets, we are blessed with what we pay for the quality we get.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, it's such a fickle subject. And honestly, if you're paying the full 60 or the full 50 currently for Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus, you're a fool.
Yeah.
You can find it cheap throughout the year.
Like CD keys, baby. G2A.com. There's a bunch of different places.
I'm not using G2A anymore ever since that whole issue. I'm not using G2A anymore. About CD keys I can endorse.
Hey, man, they give me cheap on the low on the live, so I don't care.
Yeah. But also, real quick, I did a poll a little earlier because I'm trying to make a multiverse on the cutting edge, getting all the latest news for you guys going on. I did a poll earlier today asking about what you guys thought about PlayStation Plus and what do you guys thought in terms of is this fair to the consumer or to whatever. Let me pull this up. So I asked, do you think Sony raising the price of PlayStation Plus by $10 is justified? I had two options: is yeah, raise it $10, and hell no. 15% of you guys said yeah, raise it $10, and 85% of you said hell no. This is out of 95 votes.
Why would you want
What
to
a
pay
surprise.
more? It's not like they're going to put it into the infrastructure. They're not. We know this. We know they're not going to put it into the infrastructure. So why be okay with you paying more? You're gonna pay $10 more for the exact same service you have now.
This is no different than like in my local area. Like I had to renew the sticker on my license plate, and it used to be $60 when I started driving back a couple of years ago, and it's now been jacked up to it's almost $130 a year for the sticker on the license plate. And they say the reason it's of the 60% increase is to increase road work and road management. So is PlayStation Plus going up because they're putting more work and maintenance into their servers, or like what are they doing with the extra $10? Like this shouldn't be going to executives or anything else. This should be improving the service itself or bringing new things to the service.
And you know what? There's nothing to say that that's not the case. In 6 months' time, we might have the best period PS Plus has ever had. That could happen.
Yeah, anything can happen. It's been funny because the justification has been because no one really cared about PlayStation Plus until this generation because it became required. Because before they didn't require it. Now they're requiring it, and everyone's like, all right, yeah, we're fine with that. We'll let it slide. And now they're increasing the price, and so that's the larger point of contention. Is like now you made it required. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing with that extra money? And that's the real question.
Actually, see that's my whole question with it is like if it doesn't matter who does it, Microsoft, Sony, anything. When you raise the price of something, I don't want just the price raise. I want a detailed description of why you're raising the price. Like I think if Sony came out and said, "Oh, we want to get you guys better PS Plus games," or "We want to improve the servers," some people might sit there and argue about the whole improving the servers point. That why do they need more money? Blah blah blah. People will argue anything to the ground. But if you give a reason for why you're raising the price on something, a good majority of people will be understanding because servers take a lot of money and work and time to run. So if they need more money to run more servers because of how popular the PlayStation 4 is and how many people are playing their PlayStation 4, that's 100% understandable, and they just need to come out and say that. I don't think anyone would be mad at them for coming out and saying we're improving our servers, there's a lot of people on our servers, so we need to add new servers, so we're increasing the price.
You know what I'm surprised that neither PS Plus or Games for Gold do? They're both PlayStation and Microsoft have movie services. Why doesn't there like a free movie every month?
Fame and I have talked about this ad nauseum.
Hey guys, I don't mean to cut anybody off, but so the guy I guess who got the Slim earlier, however he got it, he just posted a video of the new DualShock 4, and there's a freaking another light on the controller.
Wait, what?
Let me share this in the chat with you guys.
All right, yeah, share it in the chat, and I'll put it in the chat for the show for people to watch this. I guess we'll segue.
There's another light on the touchpad.
How can there be another? What?
Watch the video. That's what I said. I'm like, I don't even like the freaking light that's on there now.
Hold up, I'm gonna right thing.
This. Oh, what?
What?
All right, hold up. I'm gonna show this to the rest of you guys out there at home.
Okay, so for those who aren't watching, I'll describe it. So on the touchpad, there's like a light which is sort of parallel to the options and the share button.
Hey, I'm gonna share it for everyone else. They can do screen share. Let me do this.
That's insane. Why? Why?
That's gonna kill the battery life.
Stupid.
All right. Okay, I'm sharing my screen.
What does it do?
Hold up.
Yeah, we gotta stop talking.
Here we go. I'm going to talk for a minute so you guys can see it. Here we go. This is the new DualShock 4 controller. Let's see what we got. I'm not seeing where this light is. Is that thing in the? No, it's not the thing in the center.
Yeah, that's it.
It's at the top.
That's it.
That blinking.
Oh! At the top of the touchpad. Okay, it's flashing. Yeah. Okay. Why?
Yeah, that's my question. That's so stupid.
Strange.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've seen.
So wait, like, so there's something that's gonna drain the battery. Like, I don't want flashing lights. Like, I had enough problem with the blue bar and stuff on the bottom. Like, I don't want the touchpad flashing at me.
I don't know.
Why is it there?
Let's save this for a little bit later. I want to get into our main topic for the evening. We're going to come back full circle to the Slim at the end of the show.
Inner circle, you mean? Sorry, it's 1 a.m. here. I'm really tired.
All right, so last week, we heard this rumor that initially came out that for the new Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man Homecoming, they would be casting Mary Jane. And they casted this girl named Zendaya. For those of you that don't know who she is, I didn't know who she was until they announced this. She's apparently some Disney Channel star, some show called Shake It Up.
Yes, a dancing show.
It's a dancing show? Oh.
Yes, she plays a backing dancer at the very beginning. Or at least that's what Wikipedia says.
All right. So anyway, she's some Disney Channel star, and she's going to be playing Mary Jane. As to be expected, anytime they change the race or gender or anything else of any comic book character, people get mad, they flip out, and I'll let you guess what what most people said about this. And for the most part, it was, why is she black? Why is Mary Jane black? Yada yada yada, the usual.
Right. I have one thing to say to these people who say Mary Jane isn't black. I've got one thing. Mary Jane isn't real. It doesn't matter. Shut up.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you have to say.
I'm not disagreeing with that. This whole preconceived idea that you can, like, there was that whole thing where they were going to gender flip Thor. That was a little weird. I remember hearing a rumor about that. That was kind of, like, cringeworthy. But flipping the color of the actress that plays a role, it really doesn't make a difference to the story or anything else. And, like, really, is it really that bad of a thing? Like, is it going to ruin the movie? Like, honestly, if someone tells me that I'm not going to go see the new Spider-Man because Mary Jane's black,
then you're an asshole.
You're just a racist.
Dude, I think it might have been Anchorman who I saw this from, where someone posted how she can't be black, and then they said, oh, she has supposed to have red hair, and someone showed a picture of her with red hair. And then they said something about it being she being an actual redhead. They showed a picture of Kristen Dunst, and you find out that Kristen Dunst is actually a blonde. So I'm like, people just trying to find excuses or ways to hide their racism, the fact that they're just mad because she's black. Listen, if the Green Lantern can be gay, Mary Jane can be black. I'm just saying, just get over it. The new Iron Man is black. It's just the way things are going. Just deal with it. It won't affect you whatsoever, your enjoyment of the movie or your enjoyment of the character. The fact that she's black, white, light skin, yellow, red, blue, purple, it does not matter. If she plays the role well, it should not matter to you.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, I'm still angry that they didn't actually cast a real god to play Thor. So how dare they cast somebody with the wrong color skin?
If like Ben Affleck was like Black Panther, yeah, I'd be mad as hell. I'd be mad as hell.
But that's whitewashing. That's a whole different.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing. So people are upset over a minor character like freaking Mary Jane. She's not that important. I'm sorry.
No, this should not be an issue. And like they really need to stop giving the whole, like, I don't understand what the whole stigma is in superhero movies with, like, colored actors and everything. Like, all I took away from Marvel Civil War is that I was way too overhyped for the Black Panther movie, and that's still my most anticipated Marvel movie. That's all I took away from that movie. Like, I don't understand the stigma of, like, if you find a good actor or actress that fits the role and doesn't originally suit the quote-unquote, like, stigma of what everyone thinks it's going to be. Like, look at Aquaman in the DC universe now.
Don't open that can of worms, man.
Wait a minute, isn't the new guy that's playing the Flash, isn't he Hispanic?
Yes, I do believe
Ezra
so.
Miller.
I think so.
Is Ezra Miller Hispanic? Seriously?
He's Hispanic. Yeah. The new Flash, he's Hispanic.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Here's the thing. When I look at this, when I look at any time we talk about race and gender in comics, well, let me preface it with this. I used to be one of the people who wanted I was a purist. And I think part of the contingency is you got people who are clearly racist and they only care because, oh, it's not white. And then you have people who are like, I want things to be exactly like the comics. Every single time, every single way, I want to be just like this.
And you have that right. That is a valid point.
And here's the thing. I can understand that if it's the first time the comic or the character's ever been portrayed. We've already had a Mary Jane. You already had it. It doesn't matter anymore. So, I mean, the argument of it needs to be exactly like the comics doesn't work anymore because you already had someone who was just like the comics. And there's no reason. She was okay. I normally give the movies that came out in the very early 2000s a pass because they set the framework up for more. And, like, keep in mind, we owe Spider-Man 1 a lot. We owe that movie a lot for making superheroes popular again.
Yeah,
like,
and we owe Spider-Man 3 for making bad movies.
Yeah, and then, you know.
Do you guys remember the time when Blade was like the good Marvel movie?
Yeah, the Marvel movie nobody knew about.
What a weird time that was. Blade. Anyway.
Yeah, so I look at it as that way. I can understand people wanting things to be purist, but at the same time, it doesn't matter anymore. But anytime we talk about race or gender, though, and then gender flipping or race flipping somebody, you have to ask yourself: does the race or gender of that character define them? And if you ask yourself that question, you can find an answer very quickly whether or not they can be changed. Here's an example. Luke Cage. One of Luke Cage's defining characteristics is he's a black man in Harlem who grew up on the streets and was a victim of racism and was put in prison for a crime he didn't commit, and he was tested on and got his indestructible skin. So him being black is necessary to the character in order for it to convey the same emotions. Mary Jane is not defined by being white. I can't think of a single time in the comics where her being white defined her character.
If they said Mary Jane with a credit score of 792 met Peter Parker next door, and then, yeah, we know she white. And she got to be white at that point because the credit score. So, my bad.
I can't. There's characters like this.
I'm keeping silent on that comment.
The only character, at least in the last 5 years, there was talk about them race flipping him, was Iron Fist, and they were talking about what if we made Iron Fist Asian, and I was like, it doesn't fit with the character because the whole point of the character was it's supposed to be like Batman Begins. Batman Begins totally ripped off the Iron Fist storyline. It's some rich guy goes out after his parents are killed, gets trained in this new pseudo-Asian city or society, and becomes the head dude, and then comes back to become a vigilante. It's the same origin story, roughly. And it doesn't work if he's Asian in that regard because he's supposed to be an outsider. He's supposed to be immediately identified as, you cannot be the immortal weapon Iron Fist because you're white. And that is a major point of that character, and that's why I was against that particular one. But the rest of it, I mean, guys, you got to pick your battles here. you got to make a decision. Like, Mary Jane is not a hill to die on here. In no regard is she someone to die about.
But this happens with every superhero announcement. It doesn't even matter if race is brought into it or not. Every time they cast a superhero and it's not perfect, people just lose it. Like, anyone remember when Heath Ledger got, cast to be the Joker? And people were like, this is going to be the worst Joker ever. This is honestly the worst thing we've ever seen, blah, 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 blah. And then they were like, no, we got Jared Leto for that. But honestly, though, everyone freaks out about superhero castings because, like, if you grew up reading these comics, if you spent the past 20-something years reading these comics, you have a very firm belief of what that character is based on what you've read and everything else. So if they change that on you, for some people that must be upsetting. For me, I just go and see the movies, enjoy myself, and that's all I take away from it, though.
Listen, I will say, if Idris Elba isn't the next Green Lantern, I'm done with Green Lantern.
Now,
He's the perfect Green Lantern, dude.
Please, dear God, can everybody stop with the fan castings of putting Idris Elba in there?
Yeah.
Please,
I'm done with it.
every single time there's a black character, they always cast Idris Elba.
Even when it's a white character, they want Idris Elba in there. I'm going to say something. I don't think Idris Elba has been in anything worthwhile since The Wire.
What?
I don't know, man.
I don't think he's been in anything as good since The Wire.
You would think because you guys both sound the same that you'd be on his side, but man, that's racist, man.
It's the same.
That's Britain on Britain crime, dude.
Early 2000s, everybody was casting Denzel Washington. Everything. Every fan cast is the same thing. It's like, come on, man. If you're gonna do that, at least pick somebody interesting. Someone.
I'm just saying, he looks the part. He looks the part.
I will give you that. He does look like Jon Stewart. I will give him that.
That's all I'm saying. He looks the part. And
I was gonna say, wasn't Elba the one they wanted to cast as James Bond too?
Yeah.
Was that?
No, that wasn't a thing. Nobody wanted to. It was another fan casting. Like, what if we had Idris Elba?
Okay. I just wanted to.
There was never. Well, apparently, in the Sony email hack, an email from somebody to Idris Elba about it. Apparently, that's as far as it ever went.
Yeah, I'm
just saying he'd be a good Green Lantern. I'm just saying.
In general, though,
I'm gonna leave that one to you guys.
I will give you. He looks like Jon Stewart. That's as far as I'll go. Anyway. So.
I want Jared Leto to play Piccolo in the next Dragon Ball movie.
Can we kick Fame out of this podcast already? This man is just awful.
Fame, who else do you want in films? No, I'm enjoying this. Let's keep going.
No, we're going to save something for next week.
Okay.
I have a whole list for y'all.
We should start doing that. We should start doing fan castings. Just random things. Like, we'll pick a character at random. Like, I'll give you guys some time ahead of time to come up with your fan casting and pick one person.
That'll be fun. We got to do that.
Yeah.
All right. So our last topic for the evening, as we kind of wrap things up, coming full inner circle. PlayStation Slim was leaked yesterday, and a lot of people initially thought it was fake. And it's been confirmed this is legit. This is a real thing. So even Eurogamer went out to the location of the guy who got it early and confirmed it's a real PlayStation Slim. It exists. This is going to be announced soon. And
how do they know? How do they know it's real?
They actually went there and recorded it. They went there
Okay.
and recorded it turning on.
Yeah, but a car turns on. That doesn't make it a PlayStation. How do they know that it's a PlayStation?
I don't know exactly, but I mean,
I'm pretty sure they went there, saw it was
they vetted it. It was real. So I mean, Eurogamer staked their credibility on it.
I just.
Yeah.
Man, that thing is ugly. I don't want to hear nobody else say anything negative about the original fat Xbox, talking about it like a VCR, because this thing looks like a scale.
Looks like
it looked like two pieces of toast. That thing is ugly.
No, you know what I want to see? I want to see all the people that were on my Twitter feed, both Xbox and PlayStation fans, and just people in general, that were saying the Xbox One S was redundant. It didn't need to happen. They didn't need a console before the Scorpio, and that PlayStation wouldn't do that. They're just gonna go from the PS4 to the Neo. But now there's a Slim, and I'm just gonna enjoy that. That's gonna be my happy thought for the week.
I think even GameSpot ran an article said the Xbox One S is a good console, but bad timing because we know the Scorpio coming. But yeah, but if this Slim is about to drop, we know Neo was coming, but I bet it won't be bad then.
Oh no! To make things worse, there's discussion amongst some about what this means for the future of PlayStation, at least in the immediate next year of future of PlayStation. And I actually put up a poll to give you guys the general gist of it. Let me pull that up right now.
While you're pulling that up, I have a prediction that when this thing is announced and people are finally, seeing that it's real and realize how ugly it was, Sony will announce sales to make everything all pretty again. They will announce how many consoles they sold so far and what they project to sell. I put money on that.
I will say though, this month has not been pretty in terms of Sony news. This has not been that good because they already announced that last month the Xbox beat them.
Xbox is going to beat them this month, and they're probably going to beat them next month.
But all right, so I got the list out here. Out of 196 votes, almost 200 people, we gave you 24 hours to respond to this. The question was, so this PS4 Slim, what do you think this means? The options were, the Slim, the Neo, and VR will all launch in 2016. The Slim and VR will launch in 2016, and Neo will launch in 2017. Or the Slim is fake as shit. So this also was before they confirmed that this Slim was real. In last place with 22%, you guys voted that the Slim is fake as shit with 22%. Then you guys said that with 30% that the Slim, Neo, and VR would launch in 2016, and with 47% that Slim and VR will launch in 2016 and the Neo will be in 2017.
I think that's right, but why would Sony need to release a new console now? This year. Next year I get it. Why this year? Why release two big hardwares?
And if that thing doesn't have
very close to each other,
if it doesn't have 4K Blu-ray support and all that stuff, you just released basically another console for what? It needs something that differentiates itself from the original.
Is it at least like a 1 terabyte, or is it upgraded in any sense?
The one we saw was 500, but I'm sure it'd be a 1 terabyte out there.
Because releasing a PS4 Slim that's only 500 gigabytes with no 4K video disc playing or anything like that seems really redundant. And
you asked why though. You asked why would they want to release the Neo, and the Neo, the reason about that is about VR, because they're launching VR this year. And the thing is, the base PlayStation hardware isn't ideal for VR. I know Fame and I got to try VR headsets. I got to try the Oculus and the Vive.
PSVR.
And the Oculus was eh. I'm not feeling it.
Vive's amazing,
the Vive
isn't
is
it?
great. The Vive is great. But the Oculus was on the bear, this is okay. And if Oculus is supposed to be middle of the road and PlayStation is going to do a VR headset, I'm not feeling that.
I've actually tried PSVR, and it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you hear the Scorpio is going to be VR ready, I wonder which VR headset will it be compatible with.
Most likely the Oculus is the one that they're saying it's going to be compatible with. Whether or not you'd be able to run it.
With the Vive.
I was going to say
it's going to be compatible with the Vive because that's what they did a whole thing with Todd Howard. They had Todd Howard in that promo video.
Oh yeah, he was.
They went to Bethesda and asked them, "What are the specs you need to do VR?" And they said 6 teraflops.
That means
Bethesda only backed the Vive.
That mean, because I saw an article someone is saying, I think might have been Jay Barry posting it, that said Bethesda is looking into putting Doom VR, which isn't coming out, by the way. I tried to tell people that we talked to some of the guys at Quake, and they said it's just a technical test, and they're not sure if it's ever coming out. But about putting it on PlayStation VR, and I'm like, I doubt the PlayStation VR and the PS4 Neo will have the power to push what this Vive is pushing out for Doom VR to run. I'm just saying.
Doom VR would make me throw up.
Dude, it is amazing. Trust me, you won't throw up. I mean, there's a couple of moments where you get the feeling like, holy hell. But, dude, it is amazing.
No, I reckon it'd be really cool, but Doom is so fast.
Yeah.
That's where those higher frame rates and higher resolution help. It definitely helps.
This movie kind of shows if this console is what the rumors are saying it is, the leaks are saying it is, this just shows what happens when a company gets way too comfortable being up top. People want the Xbox to fail and Microsoft to go away, and people don't want competition. Well, this is the crap you get when there's no competition. This is the crap you get when a company is just way too comfortable because you make them feel like their poop doesn't stink. This is the crap you get. You get another console with no enhancements. Congratulations, Sony fanboys. You created this.
So do you think the Neo will basically be another PS3?
What do you mean?
Well, when the PS3 launched, it just failed because Sony was so confident after the PS2.
The Slim.
You're talking about the Slim? Oh, okay.
The Slim will be a failure. Like the Slim is a product of a company who smelt themselves and realized they could do nothing wrong because the community backs them on whatever they do. So you get a Slim console with no enhancements.
With an increased subscription fee.
This is what you get with an increased subscription because people want the Xbox to fail. They want Microsoft. People hate Microsoft so much. They hate the Xbox so much they don't want competition in the game. Well, when one company outsells the other one so much, they can do whatever the heck they want to do, and this is what you get. Congratulations for never calling Sony on none of their crap and dealing and taking whatever they put out. This is what you get, gaming community. Thank you.
Fame, are you standing on a soapbox?
Yes. I am at the moment, actually.
All right, guys. So, final thoughts on this tie before we end the show tonight. Nick?
I don't know. Like if we're talking about the Slim is it's redundant, really. I don't have the Xbox One S either, but I was thinking about going PlayStation, but PlayStation's been making a couple of moves I'm not a huge fan of, so I think I'm definitely going to be going into building my own PC. That's a whole different hot topic there. But the PlayStation Slim, unless it has upgraded hardware that's going to help PSVR run better, they're shooting themselves in the foot. Because if they want the Slim to succeed and they want PSVR to succeed, there's $700, $800 people are going to drop. Come on now, console players aren't going to drop $800 on a console and a headset. They may drop the $400 on the headset, but they won't drop $800 for a console and a headset. Especially if the console doesn't do anything the other PS4 doesn't already. That's just my thoughts on it.
I think for my final thoughts on this issue, I don't think you need to have new features for a Slim. I don't think it's necessary. But you got to make it look better. That's the big thing. It's got to look significantly better. I mean, look at the 360 Slim. The 360 Slim didn't add any new features to it. It fixed a lot of the problems they have with the Red Ring of Death and overheating. It fixed those problems, but they also made it look good. They went from white to black.
Well, see, I was going to say, I'm a little biased on my 360 Slim because I went from my Xbox 360 Elite, the nice black 120 gig, to a Star Wars Edition 320 gig.
That thing was beautiful.
That is beautiful. That Slim, rest in peace, died last couple of months ago. But I still have the Xbox because it's R2-D2. You can't throw it out. But that's the kind of thing, though, is if you're going to do a Slim release and it's not really anything better, give PlayStation gamers a 2 terabyte Slim hard drive and do some cool custom themes with it. They have Activision in the pocket. Why not get some get some dope custom COD Slims out?
See, Anchor, you're right on that, except the fact that you have to if your competition does. Microsoft is definitely going to win NPDs this month because they brought out another console with improvements. They made it look better. We've seen that the frames are slightly better. We've seen that it has 4K video, that it can upscale games to 4K. The Xbox they set a standard. If your competition sets a standard, you have to at least match it. Don't just go off of what your previous fan base said was okay for you to do. If your competition does something, you better one-up them or at least match it. Don't give us two pieces of burnt toast put together and call it a PS4 Slim.
Okay, someone needs to send me a picture of this. I've only seen the controller video. I haven't seen the actual console.
Oh, dude, it's ugly.
You know what? Here's my final thoughts, okay? You're all wrong, and the Nintendo's going to be the best. Mic drop.
Mic drop.
Man, I hope so. I hope you're right.
You know what? He's probably right. He's British, so they're 90% right most of the time. So you know what?
That is just so not true.
I totally disagree with what you said, but that accent just makes me believe you.
It's what we designed. That's what we do. No, in all seriousness, yeah, the new Slim. I'm not interested in any at all, just at all. My PS4 is fine, and if it does absolutely nothing different, why would I get a new one?
Yeah, I mean, there's really no incentive for you to upgrade. Like right now, I've been debating about whether or not to even get the Slim. I just don't have the money for it right now. But like I said before, like if you want people to upgrade to get the Slim, I mean, you gotta give them something. Like you gotta justify it somehow, and I mean, the only way I could think of it was maybe an aesthetic change. But I think what was the terminology someone said? It's like the original PlayStation 4 is the one you want to flaunt and put out for people to see, and the PlayStation 4 Slim is the one you hide in the cabinet. Anyway, guys. So
video games are the
final
worst.
thoughts?
Why do we do this to ourselves?
Pam, you got any final thoughts?
No. The fact get over your racism and the fact that characters will change. The PS4 Slim is ugly. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, and make sure you guys get all your game news at tickgn.com. And yeah, man. That's it.
All right. So anyway, guys, this has been the Multiverse Podcast, the greatest podcast on Mondays. Be sure to check out the description below, or whatever the hell is below for you. And you guys can go and check out our Gears of War giveaway so you guys can find out who wins. So thanks, everybody, for showing up. I want to thank everyone. I want to thank everyone who showed up today. I want to thank Nick.
Hey, not a problem. Always happy to be here.
I want to thank
back, Nick.
Fame.
Yo, it's Fame Entertainment. Sub to my channel. Peace.
And I want to thank our guest, James.
You're all horrible people, and follow me on Twitter, James_Swilson.
Wow. That gives you even more incentive to follow.
All right. So anyway, guys, thanks for showing up today. Hope you guys have a great week, and hope more news come to you guys today. And also stay tuned for the Writer's Block podcast tomorrow on Kids Spoosh channel. Go and check that out. Should be a good time. And I'll see you guys later with the Multiverse podcast. Now at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. See ya.
Bye.